Hi everyone, welcome to my home gym. Today we'll be reviewing a cable crossover machine by a company called Syedee. Now this piece of equipment is designed specifically for home gym users. It's basically a pulley system where you can utilize weight plates for your resistance. We'll go over where you can find this machine, some unboxing, a little bit of assembly tips and tricks, and finish off with some workouts. Each box was very heavy, and this is a good thing because the heavier the box, the more quality the product, in my opinion at least. So we have box 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and open box 1. So as soon as I opened box 1, I found really good packaging. You have your heavy duty zip ties, your thick plastic bags to protect your equipment from scratching. So here are the products in its individual plastic bags, and notice how each bag is numbered, which references the parts list in your manual. I went ahead and removed the bags, but didn't do that for the rest of the equipment because didn't want to mix up the numbers for the parts list. Here we have the lat pull down bar, and really good quality, a lot of grip, and seems very sturdy as well. So behind the pull down bar you'll find your 2 guide rods and your 2 main rods, which are red in color. The material for the main rods are a little thin, but nothing to be concerned about. It's still sturdy. Behind the main rods you'll find the middle upright, which has little hooks for your attachments, and we'll get a little more in depth on that. Diving into box number 2, we go ahead and open it, and same thing, really good packaging, your heavy duty zip ties, bags, little foam protectors to protect the equipment inside from scratching, and each bag is numbered, which references the parts list in your manual, and this will come big and handy when you're assembling the product. So I went ahead and removed the equipment from the box, and you'll notice the upper frame, several pulleys. There's also the left base, right base in this box, and the weight holder. I went ahead and kept all the equipment in its bag since each bag is numbered. Didn't want to get it confused or lost with the parts list. Jumping right into box number 3, and it goes the same as box 1 and 2, where we'll find really good packaging. Each piece of equipment is in a bag and numbered, which references the parts list in the manual. In this box you'll also find the manual, the handles, the cables, everything else you need to put this piece of equipment together. So as I was removing the equipment from box number 3, this is when I started thinking ahead and putting all the equipment to the side in order from 1 to 36, and this is the same for all the nuts and bolts, which actually come in 2 different boxes, box 1 and 2, and in each box you'll find individual bags with nuts, bolts, and washers numbered and organized. This helps out substantially whenever assembling this product. So let's take a closer look at the manual. Now you'll find on the cover page of the manual that the company recommends 2 people to assemble this product. I went ahead and did it on my own. It took me about 2.5 to 3 hours, and I did use my tools and not the tools that the company provided. They do offer a barcode on the front to give some suggestions and answer questions as far as assembling. Now there are 12 steps to put this product together, and I'll touch up a little bit on each step as we go. Now I do recommend that you take your time and go through each step thoroughly. There was one time when I kind of skipped a step without really knowing, specifically with the cables, and it cost me a good 30 minutes to fix that, but I'll point that out as we move along in this video. Alright, here's step 1. You'll find the bottom rear base, the guide rods, and the weight holder in place. Step 2, the bottom side base and the right and left base. So it's also recommended not to fully tighten the bolts during the assembly, and this helps out a lot. If you accidentally get a piece of equipment wrong, it shouldn't be hard to remove it. Here we have step number 3, where you'll find the middle upright, which bolts onto the bottom main base. Also on step number 3, you'll find your 2 red main rods and the sliding pulley racks, which slide onto the main rods. Here we have step 4 and 5, where you'll find the upper frame, the lat pull down frame, the right upper side rod, and the left upper side rod. Here's step 6, where we have the left and right lat handles, really good quality. On the back side, I went ahead and installed the Olympic adapter, as all of my weight plates are Olympic type weights. Alright, here we have step number 7, and this is where I have my infamous mistake, which cost me a good 30 minutes of my time. I went ahead and installed the sliding pulley brackets, but then after that, I moved forward with installing every single pulley on the whole machine and tightened them really tight. So to fix the mistake that I had to remove every single pulley on the machine. So I went ahead and took a video of pretty much every pulley on the machine. I was really proud that I had them on there, but essentially, as step 7 calls for, we should be installing the cable before you tighten in the pulley. So here's a look of step number 7. It's giving you instructions on where to pull the cables through the pulleys. So you remove the pulley, you put the cable through the pulley, and then tighten the pulleys in place. So going forward, I had every single pulley just hand tightened, but just like I'm showing here, you go up to this next pulley. I'm going to remove it, pull the cable through, and then reinstall the pulley after the cable is through it. Here's a closer look of how the pulley works. And so you'll just simply follow the steps in step number 7. It guides you on which pulley to go through one by one, 1 through 17. So after step number 7, the rest 8 through 12 are just miscellaneous steps, you know, to install your handles, your chains, different bolts here and there. And this is pretty much the final product. So after I felt that everything was in line and all the cables and pulleys were working correctly, that's when I moved forward with tightening each bolt on the whole machine. Alright, let's go ahead and check out some of the accessories and features. We're going to start off with the 5-position handle, and it gets its name from these little rings that attach to the carabiner clips, and you can set them from shorter to longer in 5 different areas. This next piece is the sliding pulley rack, and just like I'm showing, you unscrew the knob and pick your desired level. There are a total of 17 levels on this machine. Once you pick your level, you just screw the pin back in. Alright, here we have a close-up of the lat pull-down bar. Really good quality. Here's some little ridges for grip whenever you have close grip workouts, and then on the outer sides you have little rubber covers for your hands. Here's a little illustration of how the pulley system works. Here are the left and right lat handles, which offer wide grip and close grip for pull-ups and chin-ups. You bolt them in from the back side, very sturdy. Even when I was doing pull-ups, didn't really shake at all. Pretty good quality. Alright, here's a close-up of the lat bar. Really good quality as well, but one concern I had were these grips right here on the outside. You know, with time they started shifting, and in some cases can fall out, but you know, just pop them back in if they do shift around before you start an exercise. Nothing too concerning. Let's get a closer look of the weight holder. Now what you see on the weight holder right now is the Olympic adapter, and the reason I put that on is that all of my weight plates are Olympic grade weight plates. But if you have smaller plates with a smaller diameter on the inside, you can remove these Olympic adapters and the weights will fit just fine. Here we have a close-up of the middle upright. And you have these little hooks here to hang some of your workout accessories. There's even one on the top where you can put the lat pull down bar up there if you're doing some pull-ups, and I'll kind of show you how it goes. This is just nice right up there. Alright, let's go over some dimensions. The height of this machine at its highest point is 82 inches. Unfortunately, My garage is 90 inches in height, so I had plenty of room for pull-ups or chin-ups or things like that. The width of this machine is at 56 inches. And this machine can go on a corner or, against the wall. And the depth of this machine is 52 inches. I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple more dimensions. This machine offers an accessory to store your weight plates. And these two knobs here stand at about 5 3/4 inches. Then on the back side for the weight holder, we have a total of 8 inches to work with. And I'll give you some examples of what the weight plates look like on the weight holder. So we'll start off with a 15-pound plate. These are Olympic plates. Here's a 15-pound and a 25-pound together. 15-pound, 25-pound, and a 10-pound. And notice how we have plenty of room to add some more weight. On the back side, you have an option to anchor the machine to your concrete or to the ground. Just wanted to point that out. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the performance test. And we'll start off with the left and right lat handles. I did notice that this machine is very sturdy. Not too much moving or movement or shaking. It's very sturdy. I am 6 foot tall at 175 pounds, and the machine is holding up just fine. Up next, we have the handles, and the 5-position handles did come in handy to get, less slack or more slack when connected to the carabiner clip. I think at this point I have the level 2 on those handles. Up next, we have the lat pull down bar. Good quality, no issues to report. And our last accessory is the lat bar. And the only issue, like I mentioned earlier, was the rubber handles that can kind of shift outward or inward just before you start your exercise. Pop those rubber handles in place and you shouldn't have any issues. Alright everyone, that's a full review of the Syedee Cable Crossover Machine. In my opinion, there are more pros and cons with this piece of equipment. I'm satisfied with it, and I think it's an opportunity to improve or expand your home gym. If you're interested in purchasing, I will put a promo code in the description, which will give you a nice discount with your purchase. If you have any questions, reach out in the comments section. I'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching. God bless.